kind of get scooched around here, Chris.
Oh man, vitamin I.
What's my?
I'd be
Oh, now what's going on way over there? See, you can hear it before you. Oh man, we still have a few minutes, I think.
Do we? Okay.
Yeah.
I might wanna watch too on my fancy new computer.
Well, if you're gonna do that, can you read comments then? Hey, can you also scooch just rotate the camera head over that direction a little bit? No, the head. That works too. That's fine. If you did it with just the camera thing, we have such a sophisticated tripod, it would have been seamless.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No, it would have been seamless. Yeah. I need a big stick to poke at stuff with. All right. So you're the man. You're working the boards.
Sure, I'll work the boards if you want.
Cool. All right, you ready to do this?
Yep.
All right, let's see where we are here. Yeah, it's about time. Okay. All right. Cool.
Oh yeah, not a touch screen.
You didn't get a touchscreen one?
No, those are more money.
It would have been so worth it. Well, anyway.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for joining us for our Thursday live stream and guitar Q&A. And now see, every time there's like, what was that one?
That was my vitamin I.
I thought
reminder.
you said.
I thought I was going to turn it off, and then I saw the thing from Dylan.
Oh, okay.
I got distracted. Man.
I know it's a brand new. Anyway.
Shiny things distract me. I do that all the time. Oh, my Amazon order's in.
So now please rate your Amazon delivery performance.
Yeah, before you even open the package.
I just got
that. Doesn't look like my porch. That's my neighbor's porch.
So far, so good. So thanks for tuning into our Thursday live stream, guitar building, repair, just in general Q&A, and have a couple of beers with Uncle Matt while Chris's phone does something kooky. I have been so busy today. I'm a little bit tired. I'm a little bit frazzled.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because you worked hard.
Well, yeah, but today especially, we've been taking so many orders for the new Challenger Juniors that it's like, well, and we promised like a pretty speedy turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to get started on them. So we sold the original one to okay. So we sold the original one on last Friday, and we boxed it up and we sent it to Dylan, who's here. How you doing, Dylan?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, everybody, Dylan from Dylan Talks Tone, Dylan McCurchy and his lovely wife Leslie, Dylan Pickups, etc., our sponsors of the channel. And link in the description below. If you guys want a set of Dylan Pickups, we get like 10% or something. We get a little taste.
Mm-hmm.
So so that's cool. But anyway, they're sponsors of the channel. They're cool people. They help us, so help them. But we shipped it off to Dylan because he is going to load it with his pickups, and he is going to do a little, or big, I'm not sure, kind of a gear review, right? I mean, how
that's
far off?
What I'm thinking is I'm hoping that he'll play it before with the pickups that are in it, and then he'll play it after with his pickups.
You know what I hope that he does is when he pulls the cover off to like access the control cavity, he goes, wow, this is really clean. Chris does an amazing, and you do. So yeah. Do we have anything we can show, like what your wiring looks like?
No,
we don't. No. Even that one thing with the thing. All right, yeah. Well, anyway.
But it's nice.
It is nice.
I think
you do a good job.
Yeah, I think you had some pictures of one on the Instagram.
Okay.
So yeah, if he chooses to make that kind of video, I'm sure he will show
and
up.
I'm not sure.
And the only thing he could say is, "Oh, that's nice."
Yeah.
What a rat's nest.
He won't say that because it's always clean, always super clean.
And I'm excited. He's supposed to get the guitar tomorrow.
Cool. So. I'm not sure when the video is coming out, y'all, but let me tell you. So we sold the original guitar on the Friday. we sold 1, 2, 3 to some awesome dudes and really good customers. Doug, Mike, and Ryan all bought Challenger Juniors, and then we sold 3 more. I can't even remember everybody who bought it, but Michael, we have a brand new guy who's never heard of us before.
Mm-hmm.
Jeffrey Egan bought one. So this was all after Dylan's like, this is better than a Gibson, which like a cool title like that is always sure to generate buzz, whether it's good or bad. And frankly, Chris, do you care what they're saying as long as they're talking about us?
I didn't like some of the comments, but ultimately,
no. Well, you know what though? There's more horses' asses than there are horses. So yeah. All right.
Yep.
Guys, if you want to take advantage of our guitar Q&A tonight, we are going to be doing this for 1 hour, and it behooves you and helps us if you put a bunch of question marks or a bunch of dollar signs, or if you just if you write your question on a $20 bill and hand it up, that works too, right, Chris?
Yes.
Okay. So we love to take questions and we try to answer them, and we generally do so honestly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't think we've ever like tried to steer someone wrong. Hey, so I got an email today from a guy about a class. He wants to sign up for a summer class or is thinking about it. And he said, hey, I want to do a Strat body with a Floyd, and I want to do a heel or spoke wheel, adjust truss rod, and maple neck and maple fretboard. And, you know, so he just had some general questions about something that was fairly specific. And I'm like, well, there's a lot of no's there with a lot of buts, you know? So like, for example, if you come out to our Build a Classic Fender workshop, like we're doing with Dylan, you know, or one that we're doing later on, you know, we will provide you with the classic Fender Strat or the classic Fender Tele, stuff like that we get from Steve at Maximum Guitar Works. Why do we use the templates from Steve at Maximum Guitar Works, Chris?
Because they're super good.
Yeah.
And one of the neat things about them is you can take them on and off at will and put other templates on. And if you forget a step, you can go back and put the template back on, and it will sit exactly where it sat before. You don't have to worry about getting it perfectly.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
So yeah,
they're pretty neat. They were real game changers for us, you guys. And if you use Maximum Guitar templates, they'll be a game changer for you. If they're not, then I don't know. Then you probably don't need templates in the first place. But so Steve is a sponsor of the show. Steve at Maximum Guitars, again, link in the description below. And if you sign up for one of our workshops, Steve gives you 10% off, like from like when the day you sign up to like a week after the class. So if you're like, I don't know if I want to use these templates or not, and then you get here and go, man, these are cool, I want to buy some more. You got a week to get, save a little bit of money. But if you want to do something that's not classic Fender, classic Tele, and you contact Steve, he'll whip you one up that like, well, if you want the Floyd one, okay, boom, and he'll just give you what you need for the Floyd.
Yeah.
And it'll work perfect every time. So yeah, I generally, I try to not, I hope that I'm not coming across as mocking, because I'm not. And I had a comment earlier this week that really struck a nerve with me, and I am trying to let it go. I'm trying to let it slide, but I was accused of mocking somebody on a live stream, which now, that is not to say that I have never done that, but it's been a while since I've done something that I regret. And it's usually about somebody who I know doesn't watch the show. And his name's Jamie Gale. But so I don't want to be that guy. What? Oh, you have to get a mice? We caught 2 mice in the shop this week.
We did. I can't use the pad.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
it's an old thing, I think.
All right. Well, you're an old fart.
I am.
You're an old fart, Mesker.
Oh, sorry.
What's that?
This is my race car sounds for the mouse.
You are such a clown.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, I love you so much.
Look at that. Now I have
total
control of my situation.
You're a macho man. So guys, if you have any questions about our workshops, and if I say no, it's not because I'm trying to like go no, we don't do that. I'm trying to go say no, but there's a but. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we can do some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But if you have something that's very specific in mind, it is very likely that we won't be able to accommodate everything that you want, but we can accommodate some of it.
Yep.
And we try to often. So, okay.
Yep.
So, Chris, let's jump right into questions. And as you know how I am, I'll fiddle fart around and talk about all kinds of stuff. And we may not answer any question. No, we will.
Yep.
We absolutely will.
Yep.
So Dylan's watching. Everybody else is watching. Michael's watching. But I can't see. I don't have my danger glasses on. So hi, everybody who's watching.
So
Thank you for tuning in.
The first question is, where's Chris's fez? Right there.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm wearing it.
Yeah, it looks sort of like a monkey hat when because it's so little compared to
Shark Air wants to know, does the Challenger have a scarf joint?
Okay, Shark Air, that is a great question. We do not use scarf joints of any kind here because our neck angle is very shallow. Our headstock angle is very shallow. Our headstock angle is in fact 7 degrees. And if we used a scarf joint, it would come way up into the neck like that. So we chose the 7-degree headstock angle, not because I'm so smart, but we came up with all this stuff. And we figured all these things out, and the way the Challenger works, like you can rest the Challenger on its back, and the headstock won't touch. If you had like a long table and you put the Challenger on the back, the headstock wouldn't touch. Mm-hmm. So it's a very sturdy, very strong headstock. Of course, it has a volute, but no, it doesn't have a scarf joint. And the reason for that is we went with the 7-degree headstock angle. Now, I'm not smart. I just figured that out. I rediscovered that. Guys were doing that way before me. Most significantly, Dan Armstrong used a 7-degree headstock angle, and I bought his guitars. He didn't buy mine. So you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm rediscovering. I'm relearning some of the old school stuff.
What is one of the reasons that people would use a scarf joint in an angled, other than put an angle here? What about this end?
A scarf joint on this end?
No. Why? So we start with a 1.5 inch piece of wood.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
To do this with thinner wood, that's one of the reasons that a lot of people use.
Yeah, you can use less wood.
You can use 4/4 wood to make a neck. But if you wanted to make it thicker here, you'd have to add wood there.
Yeah, so that's a very that's an old school trick too for like classical guitars and things. My friend Michael, who is a Patreon member, asked me to do a video on scarf joints, and I used to use scarf joints a lot, but I just stopped doing them. But I would love to do another scarf joint video because it's been a while, and maybe you guys want to know how to do a scarf joint. So yeah, and like I said, like I said, my friend Michael, who is a Patreon subscriber, member, Patreon, asked me to do a video on that. And so all of our videos this year are Patreon driven. So if you are a Patreon member, you can just send me a Patreon message, or you can send me a message on Gmail or whatever. Go to the website and say, hey, I'm a Patreon member. I probably won't even look it up, but unless it's a really, really obscure one, then I'd be like, I better make sure you're a member. So yeah, all of our videos this year are going to be Patreon member inspired, requested. So yeah, at any level, you $1 a month, you can get into that.
Yep. Uriel Sage wants to know, what kind of CNC did we get for doing our inlays?
Beats me.
It's a Shark HD 510.
Okay.
And it will do 25-inch wide by 25-inch long pieces.
Pretty much all we do with that is inlay. We do a handful of other things, but for the most part, all we do is inlay. And you know what? Like if we had a great big CNC machine like Steve at Maximum Guitars or Brian Nutter at Nutter Guitars has, that, I mean, yeah, maybe. But I still think like having a small one for inlay makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I used the analogy the other week of if all you have is an aircraft carrier and you want to go water skiing, well, I guess, but you don't need that much boat to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. Doug Cook wants to know.
Hey, Doug, who's coming this weekend?
Yeah. Is doing a good soldering job harder than doing a good finish job? No.
I would say absolutely not.
No. Soldering's pretty easy.
What's the hardest?
Once you get proficient at it, it's not overly difficult.
Having a clean,
and then it's just, layout and knowing how to cut wires and having some idea what's going to go where
and thinking it through, right?
Thinking it through, And one of the neat things is when you build the same guitar over and over and over again and over again and over and over again.
Yeah, and then another one.
You start to see, oh well, I can do it this way, and I can make them all look the same this way, and that's pretty neat. And on our challengers, that's actually something that we have.
That was a design modification, right? Because we wanted to make it easier to wire and assemble.
Yeah, that actually was a thing. There's a reason that the new ones have 2 volumes and a tone, and it's easier to wire that kind of guitar if it's got the switch up in the in the upper bout. It's easier to wire all that and run all the wires through than it is to run pickup wires to that and then have to try and solder them outside the body and then tuck all that stuff in and try and hide it and then run all the other wires.
And Doug, when you're here, we're going to be working on a lot of challengers. So,
Yep.
I'm looking forward to having Doug come out. It's always cool when Doug comes out and hangs out with us for a week.
Yep.
I hope he has a good time too. I'm sure he does. I guess he wouldn't come out if he didn't have fun. So yeah. So I'm like I said, looking forward to having Doug come out.
Yep.
He's a cool dude.
Yeah. Ken Tipton says,
hey, Ken.
asks, Matt said something about a discount for Patreons. Is this the same as pre-sale price in addition to?
I don't remember saying that there's a discount for Patreon members. For what?
I don't believe that there was.
So right now, guys, if you're interested in the Challenger Junior, which you may have seen the video, you may have seen Dylan's video, which was great. Thank you, Dylan, for doing that. That we sold a bunch of guitars just based on his video. Like Michael bought one based on that video. If you want to get a Challenger Junior, and you want to get it in 90 days, well, you got a few more slots. Let's talk a little bit about that, Chris, can we?
Sure.
So right now, the Challenger Junior for the month of February is $200 off what we're going to charge come March 1, my dad's birthday, Mike Flaherty. You guys saw him. So it's going to be $200 more for the guitar. And all of February, we're free shipping and free hard shell case. And it's a cool case too, yeah?
It is.
And then all the, like all the certificate of authenticity and the stickers and case candy and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, shipped to the continental United States, hard shell case, plus $200 off. It's almost $500 off for the month of February. What happened was I said, remember this happened. I'm like, on Friday, I'm like, I'm going to limit it to 10, Chris. And what'd you do? Yeah. And I'm like, hey, man. Well, then all of a sudden, people wanted them. And we're like, oh, crap. We haven't even gotten to the good stuff yet, where Dylan shows off the guitar. And people were like, hey, how can you say this is better than the Gibson? You don't even have the guitar to show off. Well, Dylan's played our stuff before. It's not like this is coming out of left field. So.
Yeah, and it was a salacious title to get people to watch.
Yeah. So
even Dylan would tell you that.
Well, I think Dylan would be the first one to say that.
Uh-huh. Anytime you can put the word Gibson or Fender in your
or
title,
PRS
or PRS,
you're sure to get some people to watch.
Yeah.
So anyway, we've got 4 more slots for the February 90-day turnaround time. I don't know. I mean, and it's the 3rd?
Yeah.
I don't know, guy. What do you think, Chris? Should we try to should we say no, it's 10? Or should we say all through February you can get one of these, but it's not going to be 90 days after the 10th? I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know either.
Yeah. I kind of like having something exclusive is cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
yeah.
But it's not like we're going to not make that guitar after February.
Right.
So yeah. Which some people might not think you made some stuff and didn't make it again. But this is a Challenger, so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Shark Air wants to know volute.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't know what a volute is.
Oh, okay. Well, so a volute is a little thing on the. It's generally speaking, this here.
This one's not finished either. But
this is a volute. Okay, so it's a little bit of extra meat where the headstock angle turns into the neck. Generally speaking, you want the crest of the volute to be directly under the nut. So this one needs to be pushed back a little bit. Okay, and that happens all the time. So let me put it on my shirt.
This neck's not done yet.
Yeah, this neck isn't done. So see how this volute needs to be pushed back a little bit this way and be right under. There's probably one floating around where. No, maybe that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that looks better.
Okay, here's this one. So here is a volute. Let me get on my black shirt. So you see how the very point of the volute is like right under the nut slot. That's what you want. That's what I think you should have. Okay, and it's just a little extra meat right here. It's almost like a hand stop. But yeah, the volute is a cool thing.
Because you have to transition from this angle to that angle somehow.
Yeah.
Gibson just grinds this off, and it's sort of this.
It's like a flat thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as elegant as I think it's cool, but
I think volutes are just nifty looking.
You know something? Remember we
shows a little more care.
We were talking to a guy at the Gibson booth at NAMM one year, and we said the word volute, and he's like, "Shh, don't say that word because people hate that word around here."
Yeah.
Thank you. So I'm not sure why like volutes are like a bad word at Gibson, but like the Norland era stuff, those had volutes. They were good.
I think everything in the Norland era is despised, though.
I think
good or bad.
Yeah, unless you have one, and then you say things like, "I got one of the good ones."
One of the good ones. Yep.
Guys, let me know though. What do you think? Should we extend the sale price through all of February, or should we cap it at 10? No matter what, it's still just Chris and myself. Even though Doug's coming out is going to help us, he's only going to be here for a week. It is possible that there's no way we can guarantee 90 days if a bunch of people buy these things in February. But we can guarantee the first 10.
Yep. So we got a couple super chats.
All right, let's take it.
Dastardly Dave says,
Hey,
a little
Dave.
for the beer fund, rocket.
Oh, God bless you, Dave.
Thank you, Dave.
I love that guy. He's cool.
Yep. And Ryan Elias.
Hey,
says,
Ryan.
Congrats on the Challenger special orders.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
I think that the Challenger specials are everybody.
I like how we're calling them juniors specials. Yeah, whatever.
Somebody was like, technically speaking, the junior is this and the special is that.
That's why we should name it backwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or we should call it Gene. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Challenger P90. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I don't know either. Joe wants to know if there's any pics of the junior special in TV Cream.
Well, we have one in TV Cream that we can show you.
Along. Yeah, we can do
and
that
if you follow us on Facebook or Instagram, you can see one there, Joe. But we'll show you.
So it's not finished; it's in progress, but you can figure out what it's going to look like.
Yeah, you can get an idea of what the color is going to be. So it's basically it's a see-through cream, right?
Yeah. And once again, I think it's going to be hard to see.
Yeah.
What's going on, but you can definitely see there are dark grain.
Yeah, you can see the grain, and this is going to be a cool one.
It's a see-through blonde on mahogany.
You know who's getting this one? Ryan in Chicago from Evil Burrito. Yeah. He's got 3 Challengers now.
Yeah.
In fact, you just buffed out his blacktop Challenger today. That thing is badass.
Yep.
And you buffed out Mike's. Those are cool. Those are sexy guitars.
Yep.
I don't care who you are.
Yep.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah. Oh, looks like we got another super chat.
Hey guys, thank you for all the super chats. That's very, very kind of you.
Paul McNary.
Hi, Paul.
Says, I think I'm in the second week of the May Dylan and build class. If the next weekend Dylan class remains with open spaces, I will fill a spot.
So wait, so he's in the build a guitar class, but he wants to build the pickups too.
I'm in the second week of May, Dylan and build class.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And yeah, so he he might just want to spend the month out here with us, is what it sounds like to me.
Paul, you could spend the whole month out here with us.
Yep.
That would be awesome. You know what? Winding pickups and building. Imagine how cool that would be. Did we get this one from Brian Duncan?
No.
Imagine how cool it is, guys. You get to wind your own pickups and build your own guitar that they go with.
Yeah.
Totally awesome.
Mm-hmm. Brian Duncan says beer.
You know what? Brian Duncan is
I think
cool,
I will have one.
Cool guy.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian Duncan has sampled our Texas Toast Red from Odyssey Beer Works, another one of our very cool, very important sponsors, Odyssey Beer Works. And if you are lucky enough to live in the Denver metro area, like Chris and myself and Brian are, you can go. I guess they still have it. I don't. There was like a zillion gallons of it. I bet you they still have a few beers.
Yeah, I bet you they do too. Yeah, they don't run through it that fast.
Brad Hutchings bought like a buttload of them though, and had them shipped out to California. He's like that's all he drinks now. No. But yeah, so thank you, Brian. So you know what? If you go to Odyssey Beer Works right now, you can check out our very good friend Mike Learn's artwork that's like plastered up all over. So like I'm sure Brian knew that because he follows Mike too.
Yeah.
So you know what we should do? When Doug's here, we should go to Odyssey Beer Works because Doug likes beer. We should go check it out and hang out with Chris and Dina a little bit. And maybe Brian will meet us down there. Maybe JJJ will meet us down. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows what will happen?
Yep.
Somebody asked me, have I lost weight? And you know what? I have lost a little bit of weight. Mostly I've like gotten smaller shirts. So
yeah. I see nobody's asked if I've lost weight, and I look particularly juggy this evening.
No, you don't.
I think I gained some back in the last few weeks.
I don't think that's true. But they said, Matt, are you okay? It looks like you've lost weight. To the best of my knowledge, I do not have any sort of weight losing. Yeah, but thank you.
You don't have the sugar. All of a sudden, I just lost a bunch of weight. Not feeling that good either.
No, I
look better.
I had to start running and exercising and eating better and stop drinking sugary stuff. But thank you for all the people who.
Yep.
Been wondering.
Yep. Let's see. Robert Tucker wants to know if building a double neck Strat style.
Okay.
What would you suggest the spacing between the necks?
What the last time we built one, what was it, about 3 inches? 2 3/4, something like that. We wanted it tight but not too tight.
Yeah, the other thing you can do maybe is angle them just slightly.
Yeah.
We've done them both ways where the necks run parallel.
We've done them crazy, like kooky angle, and then like done them parallel, and a little bit goes a long way.
Yeah. And really it's almost like you got to hold a guitar and you got to kind of play around with it, because double necks have a tendency to get real big real fast.
Yeah,
if you're not careful. And you really don't need that much space between. I
think Mike Learn has our double neck Strat tempo.
But anyway, it's less space than you would think, probably.
One other thing, so a couple things about double necks, because we love multiple neck guitars, as you guys probably know. Chris has come up with a bunch of things that make double neck stringing a lot easier. First of all, we will not put anything but locking tuners on a double neck guitar. Not because you need them, but because you don't have to sit there and go.
Yeah, because all of a sudden you can't use your favorite peg winder.
Yeah. Well, you can on 9 strings, but not the other.
Yeah, it depends on what you're doing.
And like a little bit of angle. But one thing that you touched on in a different video was, no matter what, one neck is either going to be way too high or way too low. Yeah. So I'm going to get another beer.
Okay. Get me one too.
All right.
So I would and draw it out and see how it looks if you're just doing it from scratch. Let's see.
Smells like pickles in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Whoa. John wants to know, what file would you recommend for nut slot bottoms?
John Bon Jovi?
Yeah, John Bon Jovi.
Wow, that's cool.
John Coffey. For nut slot bottoms, 1/8 Fender style.
Nut slot bottoms.
Yeah.
Stuart McDonald has a specific tool that's made exactly for that.
It's an 1/8 inch nut slot file.
Yeah, and it works great. We have
two sides. It's got a coarse side and a fine side, and it's super flat. It's machined. It's ground.
No, and no cutting edge on
the sides. It's nice and tall, so you can hold it, very flat. Yeah, it feels nice. It works really well. It cuts fast.
Yeah.
Because really, I think that's what you want to do on something like that is the longer you fuck with it, the worse it gets.
One of the things that you and I have discovered is the less time you spend doing it to get it right, the better. The more time you spend, then you have more time to rock it.
More time to rock it and do this and that. You just got to hold it and do it. And if it cuts fast, it cuts clean, then it's easy to use. And it's StewMac, so it's not a cheap tool, but be the only one you ever have to buy.
We will never, ever, ever have to buy another one.
Yeah, unless you lose it.
Then what can you do?
Stupid tool.
That's not StewMac's fault.
No, it's not.
But you won't wear it out, and if you do, StewMac will replace it. We should get StewMac to sponsor us.
We really should. Yeah.
You know what though? Eric has kind of thrown us a couple of bones. I don't know if that guy works there anymore or not, but Eric's a cool guy. Yeah, I like that dude.
Yeah. Lefty O says sell as many as you can, but after 10, expect delays.
Oh. Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Yeah, we cannot guarantee Challenger Juniors to be a 90-day turnaround.
Yep.
Yeah. I love the Challenger Junior. What do you like? Do you like the TV yellow or the TV cream? I'm calling it TV cream.
I think I'm going to like the only because that's just the first word that I think of. But TV cream is good too.
Now you guys might not know this, but we have one that can be a solid color. Because we attempted something that we were calling TV black. And what we wanted to have happen and what happened were two different things. So we have one that
black.
It's not.
But it's not cool.
It's not cool.
It's not all the way black, but it is too black to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were thinking what we would do is we would make one that was like just painted black.
Yeah.
Or painted red or painted whatever. It does have wood binding, so
on the
neck. So you could do TV yellow, but the binding would look. So we've got. If you guys were like, I don't like TV yellow or TV cream, I like metallic mint green or whatever you like.
Yep.
We could do that. So yeah. So if you're like holding out, we got one.
Yeah.
And it's in paint right now, so you could pick whatever color you want, and it'd be in 90 days.
Yep. Slacker Deluxe wants to know, would you go so far as to say the Gibson neck and headstock is a design flaw?
Ooh, I would go so far as to say that the Gibson headstock angle is a design flaw unless the body is 4 inches thick.
Yeah, on an acoustic.
Although
those get broken too. But it's usually in shipping, not on falling off a stand.
Yeah, I don't. You do not need that much headstock angle, says me. There are people on the internet who say, anything. A mouth will say anything. But how about this? A mouth will say anything. But if you back it up with, like if I say, well, you don't need a 17 or 14 degree headstock angle, and then I use 17 or 14 degree headstock angles, then that's just me giving lip service. I don't use 17 or 14 degree headstock angles anymore, because we discovered the 7 degree headstock angle is exactly perfect. Now, if you're building a exact replica of a Les Paul, well, then you don't want to use the 7 degree headstock. You want to use what you want to use because that's what you want. But that doesn't mean that it's that you're doing it because it's good. It means you're doing it because you're matching something that is what you want to match. I like to walk the walk and talk the talk. And you guys know I'll talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. But the 7 degree headstock angle is a hill that I will die on. Is the 14 or 17 degree or Les Paul neck or even Les Paul anything a design flaw? That's not a hill I need to die on, but I know that my guitars are the way that they are because I like what I do. So yeah. Is that too wishy-washy, Chris?
No, I don't think so. Right. I got a couple more super chats here.
Oh, cool.
Dan Andrada says, for beer, I like the cream color.
Hey, Dan, thank you.
E.R. Webster.
Hey, E.R. I like that guy.
As a
I like
question. Let's do Doc Siltman first, just because his isn't a question.
Because
Hey,
Doc
maybe do
is
a
badass.
Challenger Gold Top out of the black one. Cheers for beers.
Okay, Doc. The Challenger Gold Top out of the black one would be cooler if we didn't use the black one, because that one doesn't have binding.
Yeah.
But we do have a couple that we're working on right now that could be a gold top that would have binding, which would be super awesome.
Yep. All right. E.R. Webster
Okay.
asks in super chat form,
Ooh, thank
how
you.
thick is too thick on a fretboard? I like the idea of a slab of rosewood or ebony, but at some point it starts to look off to me.
Yeah. I say if you start with 5/16 thick, like flat, machined on both sides, 5/16 thick, no more, that's about as big as you want to go. And then radius it then, because that means that you'll probably end up with a 1/4 inch of meat after you radius.
Yeah. I think
that's all, but I wouldn't go any more than that.
No, I think when you're looking at it from the side, the absolute maximum it can be is a 1/4 of an inch. If it's more than that, it looks just slightly off.
Yep.
Yeah, and if it starts getting too thin, I mean, if it's not bound, or if it's, because you can fix some of that with binding, it can look too thin too, like you messed up.
Yeah. So I would say 5/16 is about as thick as I am willing to go. You know what I mean? And it looks right. Even with a very aggressive radius, it still looks nice and thick on the side. Because I'm with you, man. I want to see a big hunk of rosewood or ebony or something. Now, it's hard to get some of that stuff to be as thick as you want it, but yeah, I would say 5/16 is about the maximum you want to go.
Yep. Sounds legit to me. Richard Otterina says, "Hey Matt, and Chris, what's the usual build time?"
For what?
That is true.
Because Richard's SG has been it's a long time coming. By the way, that neck is ready to glue in.
And we are working on them.
Yeah. The problem is that some of these things it's not a problem. It just takes more time if we're not jigged up to do it. So if you have something that's a little peculiar for us, it's going to take longer. So I would like to say that if you order a Challenger from us, we kind of push it to the front. And if you order something else from us, it's about 8 months to a year.
Yep.
And that's if we'll do it, because we stopped doing a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah.
So if you guys so I'm looking over here, there's an RD, there's an Explorer, there's an SG guitar, there's a Jazzmaster, there's another Explorer. We don't do those anymore. I mean, unless somebody is like dying to have us build it and is willing to pay a premium money for it, because we just don't do it anymore. So, and the reason is because it just takes so long. So yeah.
Yeah. So Joe wants to know, hey Chris and Matt and Chris.
Hi Joe.
Can you paint the Junior in the purple sparkle to match the base you were building for me?
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah, we can. Yep. We can. That would be an excellent use of the black one.
That would be badass. I love Metal Flake. Yep. And that guitar is like ready to go. It's like in paint right now.
Well, yeah, it's in paint.
Well,
It still needs more sealer and but it's a long way down the road.
But it is it's further along than some of the other ones that I guys, there's like 4. Should I go grab one? Or they know what a Challenger is.
Yeah, they know what a Challenger looks like in wood.
Plus, I'm going to take more pictures.
It's wood.
Yeah. Okay. Chris, you know what?
Keep talking.
You know what tastes good? Questions. You know what tastes good after today was a long day. I mean, like our buddy Dave DeVoe came over. I had to make a bunch of calls. I had to return a bunch of emails. I had to get a bunch of guitars going. I had to order more wood from Dan at Tone Wood Experts. By the way, another one of our sponsors, Tone Wood Experts. Thank you to Dan and Calvin. We are using nothing but Honduran mahogany. Did you know that if you go to a hardwood dealer and you ask for Honduran mahogany, they might, or if you ask for mahogany, they might say genuine, they might say Honduran, or they might say African, because there's a bunch. But so we are using on the Challenger deals, the specials or juniors, whatever we're calling them, the ones that we're doing with Dylan pickups. Those are all Honduran mahogany, and we source all of that stuff from Dan and Calvin at Tone Wood Experts. They're 2-piece bodies, 1-piece necks, really, really excellent. And it's just beautiful wood, and it machines great, and it's light, and they're really neat. So
Yep.
And you know what? It's the real deal. So African mahogany is about $9-10 a board foot. Genuine Honduran mahogany, whatever you want to call it, $15-16 a board foot.
That's what it was there yesterday or the day before when we went. Yeah. And they called it genuine there. Genuine.
And remember, wood is a commodity, so it will fluctuate from day to day. It's not like, I mean, even plywood is, but yeah. What's that?
Market price.
Yeah.
If it was Rickenbacker, you'd have to call them to find out.
Yeah. You know what else we are doing now? We are offering some of our build classes have always been swamp ash. So like our build a classic fender, the bodies have always been swamp ash. We're doing a build class with Mike Learn, and we're using swamp ash and maple necks. We're doing EMG pickups, Hipshot hardware, because it's all paint. So you want to be able to paint the pickups too, right?
I think so.
I think that's going to be cool. In fact, I'm working on one right now that's swamp ash body, and I'm looking forward to giving that to Mike and going, show me what you got, and let's do a class with that. Not like I have the juice to say, hey, show me what you got, Mike, because Mike constantly is bringing it. So that is coming up in June, July. I can't remember when it is. I think we've got one in June, one in, I can't remember, but
it's coming up fast. They're all coming up fast.
They're all coming up fast. Yeah. Yep.
So there's lots of chatter and guys are talking amongst themselves.
Okay.
Brian Duncan wants to know if we still build Sunday drivers.
Strats. Let me go grab one.
So we'll have a few because we're doing some stuff with strats. We're doing, Brian might actually like this.
You hold that.
Yeah.
So this one is going to be the one that we're handing off to Mike. And it is a swamp ash body from Dan and Calvin at Tone Wood Experts. It's going to feature Hipshot hardware, Hipshot fixed bridge, because you know what?
String through fixed bridge.
Yeah, string through fixed bridge, which I think is rad. Not the one that we use on the Challenger, but the standard one. Dual humbuckers, regular regular Sunday driver neck. And we will still do with them, but generally, rear
control cavity.
Yep.
Yeah, and this is going to be.
And I think side jack, right? You don't want the football.
No, we don't want the football jack. We'll do a side jack.
Yeah. And then we have to have a spot for the battery because EMGs are active, but EMGs are cool because
you can paint the cover.
You can paint them,
And so the whole idea of this is another Mike Learn paint class is to make something that looks really, really, really rad.
Yeah.
And
we're thinking like 80s style, like and so everyone's like, well, how come no Floyd? Because Floyds are hard to source right now. But
not everybody likes a Floyd.
Like Brian doesn't use a
Everybody
Talon
likes
bar.
a trim.
Plus, I think hardtails are cool. So okay. So yes, we do Sunday drivers, but we don't do we don't do very many spec Sunday drivers anymore because they don't sell.
No, they don't. We have a guitar that's going to be available at some point. That's the prototype for the fabric. Build your own fabric.
Yeah, we do have a camo one, and then we have that alder one that's probably gonna.
Yeah, that'll be something too. Yeah.
Brian, if you're looking for a Sunday driver, we can make you a hell of a deal. You should come. You should just come in anyway, and we should go to Odyssey Beer Works and have some Texas Toast Red.
There you go.
And look at Mike Learn paint. Plus Brian's a cool dude. I like that guy.
Mm-hmm. Painted covers make me want to do a Mustang fighter plane themed strat.
You know what? That's another guitar that we're going to be doing. We
actually are.
Who asked that?
Tonefish.
Tonefish. We will have the class for you. Mike calls it the Warbird finish, and we've done one of those before. And imagine how cool it would be. Yeah, you can do there's all sorts of planes that like Mike gives you this kit, and you can put like all kinds of neat stuff, whatever nationality you want to do, right? If you want to do like a Zero, you want to do like a Mustang, you want to do a Spitfire, you want to do whatever. I don't know planes, but yeah.
Yep. Dylan Talks Tone has a question. Does Honduran mahogany tap test better than generic mahogany?
I think you know it does.
Yep.
Dylan, you and I both don't put a lot of credence in the Clearwater revival. No, in the whole tone tapping thing, but I think that there are people that do, and there are people that go, you know what, I want the genuine article, so why not have it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dan and Calvin have it right now, so we're going to use it. And I think like Chris does, and like Dylan, you do, that having something that's cool because it's cool, that's good enough. You know what I mean? So like I have called it first cool, something like, well, how much does it cost? What are the features? What are the quantifiable things about this, whatever it is? Let's say guitars, but it doesn't matter what it is, motorcycles, rifles, car, whatever. But we're guitar builders, and you guys are guitar players and guitar builders. So if you can quantify it and say this is cool because it's a neat feature and it's cool and everybody thinks it's cool, or everybody knows how much it costs or whatever it is, that's quantifiable. But if you come up and say something, you know what, I like this because I like it, I call that second cool. And it doesn't have, I don't have to explain it to you. I don't have to make excuses for it. I think it's cool because I think it's cool. If someone throws that second cool card, great. You know what I mean? So it happens all the time. Hey, I really want a nitrocellulose finish. Sorry, I don't do that. But if you want it, awesome, have it. I really want this insert name of thing here. And if I don't do that, but someone says, well, you know what, that's just what I like, then you got it. I'm not going to try to talk you out of it.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, cool. Brad Hutchings says the Mike Learn classes for this year are not on the class section of the site. What are the dates?
Brad, I do not know when the dates are.
We're still finalizing them. So there's going to be one in June, right?
I think there's one in June.
I think
there's one in November.
I think those are the months. That gets you a little closer. So just plan on not doing anything in June, just in case now, and not doing anything in November, and then you're golden.
Then you're solid. And our website is still kind of, this is an issue of mine, because we're updating the website. I haven't been putting a lot of effort into the old website, and I ought to, but I'm not.
I think there was a point in which we thought the new website was so imminent that it wasn't worth.
And it is. You know why the new website's not up? Yeah, because I have been tasked with some things that I have not done yet.
Because if I was tasked with those, the copy would read, "We make guitar good."
You are a wordsmith, though, Chris.
I am a tunesmith. You are the wordsmith.
That's right.
Yeah.
Some people call it a counterblade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Brad, you're right. And for everybody who's wondering, hey, how come your website's not updated? It's my fault.
It's coming. It's just a matter of some copy.
Among other, yeah. Yep. I've seen it. It looks awesome. It looks rad. I even look good. There's pictures of me. I look dead sexy.
Yeah, you really do. The photos are fantastic.
Yeah. We look killer, dude.
Yep.
Just saying.
Yep. Tonefish wants to know what finish do we use? What's next best if you love nitro?
Oh, okay. Well, if you love nitrocellulose, then that's what you should have. but we do not use it. We use a polyester sealer, which is the exact same sealer that they use at
companies such we can't name names, but we can say that it rhymes with Jackson.
Yep, it rhymes with Fender, rhymes with Charvel.
Rhymes with a lot of companies.
Rhymes with a lot of companies.
Yeah.
Not just the same kind of finish that they use, the finish that they use to seal the wood.
Yeah.
And then we use a 2-stage color and a urethane top coat.
Yeah, so it's a base clear coat system. And so in a lot of ways, I don't know that saying we use the same paint that Fender uses is always a good thing.
No.
Now, we don't use it the same way they use it, but it is the same product.
That's a great point, Chris.
We do not ladle it on.
Yeah, so it's remarkable how much finish we grind off.
Yeah. Our finishes, and I think that's part of what people love about nitro and just lacquer in general, is that it's thin.
Yep.
I happen to know for a fact that our finish is thinner than Fender's thin skin finish.
Yep.
When it's all said and done, there's not a whole lot of finish on any of our guitars.
So in answer to your question, if we don't spray nitrocellulose, what's the next best thing? Thin anything else. Because when you start to think about it, nitrocellulose lacquer is in fact a plastic.
Yes.
Okay. Now, guys are going to go, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. If you have a nitrocellulose pick guard, you cannot breathe through it.
Nope.
And the wood cannot breathe through it either. First of all, wood doesn't have lungs. And second of all, nitrocellulose is, if you had a nitrocellulose bag and you covered your head with it, well, that bag's not a toy. Don't do that. Do not. Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't fall for the whole, like, it lets the wood breathe. And no, it really doesn't. Now, if you want something that like ages quickly and shows wear fast, or if you want to have a beat up looking guitar, then nitrocellulose is a great option because it ages very quickly.
It starts to age immediately after you put it on. Yep. It starts to kind of disintegrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I you know what's weird? I saw a beautiful Fender case with a beat up guitar inside of it. Don't you think the cases should be beat up too if the guitars are like beat up?
Yeah.
Because I've seen an actual honest to God 57 Strat, and it is like, well, it looks like it's however old that is. And you know what? The case looks just as old, maybe older.
Yeah. The case has done its job plus on that deal. Yeah. The funny thing, you don't want your relic guitar to get damaged.
That's another weird thing, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Are you bummed if it gets not artificially scratched, if it gets real life scratched?
What about like if you had one of those Eddie Van Halen like black, white, and red guitars that had all the exact same damage that he had on his and all the same wear? Yeah. And you put another scratch in it, you're like, oh crap, Eddie doesn't have that on his. Those were $25,000 guitars.
Yeah.
15 years ago. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Maybe not 15 years.
Yeah. So Tonefish, he wonders how we keep our finish from feeling thick. One of the ways is when you're spraying lacquer. Let's just talk about clear coat.
Okay. The
final coats of clear. You would have to put 7 to 12 coats of clear on. We do 3. Yeah. With the modern paint, because there's just more solids in it, so you don't have to use as much. You don't have to put as much on to get the same amount of paint. It's still water thin. You can't tell if you had a cup of lacquer.
That's true.
And a cup of modern urethane, and you were stirring them. Yeah. You couldn't tell a difference. They're the same viscosity. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily go on thicker. And when you're talking urethane versus like polyester is a thicker product. But the reason that factories put so much on is to stop from buffing through.
It's not an indictment of the product as much as it's an indictment of the workforce.
Yeah. And if you have to if you have to put that guitar back and run it through the paint process again, it's not such a big deal in sealer, but it's more of a deal in color, and it's a really big deal in clear. You know, if you buff through and then you have to send it all the way back, so they'll put more finish on so that they don't burn through. That's why it's done that way. So we just don't use as much paint.
Yeah. So there are people who go, I don't like palette. Fine. You know, or like ER is like, I like oil finish. I love oil finish. If it was up to me, every single guitar would have an oil finish. But generally speaking, people don't want an oil finished guitar. They want something shiny. We went through this whole thing. Remember that first run of guitars we did however many years ago, they were all oil finished and they were all like, nobody liked them. And then we did lacquer and it was like, yeah, these are okay. And then we went to the new stuff and people dug them. So that's what we go with.
Yeah.
If you like oil finish, use oil. If you like lacquer, use lacquer. I don't care. And I'm not going to have a semantic discussion about whether or not one is superior to the other.
Yeah.
Because that's all second cool stuff. So if you like it, great, use that.
Yeah. And then so Tonefish says, I despise shiny.
There you go. Yeah. And yeah, man, I'm not gonna try to talk you out of it.
And there's lots of different finishes and lots of different ways to do it. But if you like shiny, and a lot of people do like shiny, and you want it to stay shiny, then modern finishes are probably the better way to go. Yeah.
Or if you like the way lacquer smell, I love the way lacquer smells. I wish there was a cup of it sitting right here. I'd take a big huff of it right now.
Yeah, lacquer's not bad.
It's the good stuff. Kids go for it.
Yeah.
You know what else we get? We sometimes people go, I like the vintage style truss rod, the one piece rod. You and I haven't used the vintage truss rod for years because we've been getting all of our truss rods from John and Cheryl at Bitterroot Guitars. We love them. We have had zero issues with them. We've tried to break them. They do everything that a truss rod should, which is hold the neck counter to the string tension. And they're easy to install. They plop right in. They're affordable. And John and Cheryl have all kinds of other cool stuff at Bitterroot Guitars. They're also a sponsor of ours. Guys, if you go to the description below, you will see Bitterroot Guitars. And if you use code TXTOAST at checkout, you'll get 20% off. It's a lot. You save a bunch of money, 15% off something. And we love all the stuff we get from John and Cheryl. And John and Cheryl are super, super amazing, cool people.
Yeah.
So okay. Any more questions?
No, I think we're good.
Have we settled the lacquer versus polyester debate once and for all? No, we never will.
Hey, Dylan Talkstone says, here's some beer money so you can relax after you recover from the next rush of Challenger special sales next week.
Dude, Dylan, I think there are going to be a real buttload of those guitars.
Here's a good one. 2 P90s on the new Challenger. Could call it the Challenger 180.
That is a good thing to call it.
That is a good.
Who said that? That's a good one.
Steel Fender.
I like that.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
We don't know what we're gonna call it. I mean, I guess it's
Yeah, it's. Yeah, the. I don't know. The the Challenger Broham.
Ooh, the Challenger Broham. Brougham.
Brougham, yeah.
You mean Broham? Yeah. Broham.
Yeah.
You know who one of my favorite
I was like car names.
Remember we had the Challenger Premier for a while, and we had the Casanova Deluxe and the Casanova LTD.
LTD, yeah, that was my favorite one. Was the LTD,
the Casanova LTD.
Limited. It was the most bare bones version of that. Yeah.
Yep.
Limited to how cheap we can make it.
You know who is one of my favorite Brohams of all time, Chris? You got it. Ike at Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Guys, if you're in the Denver area, please check out the Legacy Shop. And if you happen to come out when he gets the new store opened up, Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Check them out. Tell them the guys from Texas Toast sent you. They're open 7 days a week. I don't from noon to 6 anyway, every single day, and usually longer some other times. But if you're not in the Denver area, or you happen to be in the Denver area at 6:15, The website is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and every single thing in the store is on the website. You can buy it. They'll ship it out to you. They ship fast. And yeah, they're super, super cool, guys.
Yep.
Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. Check them out, y'all. Won't you please check them out?
Yep. Cool.
All right. So, guys, I want you to, if you're having a good time hanging out with people on YouTube, Dylan is going to pick up the ball and run with it over on his channel.
Yep.
He's probably going over there to do that right now.
He
We're going to
just
watch
left.
for a little bit.
Yep.
And we're going to drink some beers and we're going to have a good time. So anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with us on Thursday. We have a reveal tomorrow. Yes. Maybe 2, maybe 3. But we have one.
Just one, probably.
All right, that's cool.
Somebody dropped the ball at some point this week.
Okay, well, that shit happens. So anyway, we've got a reveal tomorrow, and we've got like just more mad music and crazy comedy.
Yeah, we can show off some other stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
Really, really close, and maybe we'll want to do that because the following week is going to be the reveal of the class guitars.
I'm just throwing
and
stuff.
Yeah, you really are, and we probably won't have a chance to do a reveal of the stuff that's not quite done.
Yep.
But I think we kind of want to send that out as soon as it is done.
So yeah, there are 2 that I'm hand delivering later this month. So yeah. All right. So guys, thanks for watching. We will see you tomorrow. Check out Dylan at Dylan Talks Tone, and we will talk to you soon. Have a great weekend, everybody.
See ya, y'all.